They say pleasure is the reward, but what if it's the disguise? What if the chocolate, the scroll, the lust, the laugh are just shadows, masking something far more primitive and far more painful? When was the last time you felt full, without needing something more, not entertained, not distracted, but untouched by craving? We live in an age of pleasure, yet we are starving. Carl Jung warned, the comforts we chase are often the very things that keep us from healing. And today, you'll see pleasure for what it truly is. Picture this. You wake up, you check your phone. No reason, no joy, just habit. Stronger than hunger. A reel makes you laugh. For 3 seconds. Then gone. Another. And somewhere in the scroll, the day disappears. But the ache stays. You put it down, eat something sweet, or salty, or both. You weren't hungry, you just needed silence. Escape. A pause in the storm you never named. Jung called it the shadow, the hidden self. And distraction is the shovel we use to bury it. You scroll, not from curiosity. You eat, not from hunger. You desire, not from love. This isn't joy, it's anesthesia. Here's the brutal truth. Most pleasure isn't pleasure. It's relief from self-awareness. But every hit of fake pleasure deepens the hunger for the real thing, and when it doesn't come, we feel broken. We're not. We're just unaware. Meh. Think back, 6 years old, you cry, no one listens. You learn, pain gets nothing, but smiles, performance, distraction, those win approval. That reward sticks. So you grow. Your pain becomes silent. Your pleasures become loud. Louder than your loneliness, louder than your fears, louder than the child inside you who only wanted to be held. And here's what no one sees. Every time you use pleasure to silence pain, you wire yourself to fear stillness. Silence becomes unbearable, which is why you can't sit alone, why you need music in the shower, why stillness feels like punishment. Not because pleasure is evil, but because we misuse it. The real enemy isn't pleasure, it's the avoidance it allows. And imagine a desert traveler chasing mirages. Each one vanishes, yet they keep running. That's us, chasing pleasure without purpose. Real pleasure? It's quiet. It doesn't numb. It expands. It's in deep conversation, in finishing something you feared, in waking up free of the thing that once controlled you. But we avoid it because it's not easy. Jung wrote, "People will do anything, no matter how absurd, to avoid facing their own soul. Pleasure is the most beautiful absurdity we've invented." Here's the trap. Pleasure taught us to replace emotion with stimulation. Don't cry, have a cookie. Don't feel, watch a cartoon. So we grew fluent in distraction. But every time you swap emotion for stimulation, you lose intimacy with yourself. And when the inner world is ignored, the outer world gets louder. The scroll, the buzz, the binge, they scream, so you don't have to listen. But underneath it all, the ache for meaning, the wound of being unseen. Pleasure isn't bad, but when it replaces presence, it becomes poison. Bah. Have you ever felt guilty after pleasure? Another episode, another text, another bite, another purchase? That guilt isn't because you sinned, it's because you weren't fed. This is shadow work, not becoming darker, but becoming honest. Looking at the moments you betray yourself for relief, and saying, I see you, I choose truth over escape. B. Here's the myth to destroy. Pleasure is not healing, it is not peace, it is not power, it is a tool, and tools, misused, turn dangerous. Real freedom isn't doing whatever you want, it's not needing to. The best pleasure? The laugh with someone you trust. The meal earned by effort. The silence that no longer scares you. Now imagine this, you walk into a room, no noise, no phone, just you. And instead of panic, you feel home. That's the rebellion, because the pleasure you no longer need to chase is the only kind worth having.